Hello and welcome to more Week 2 action here in the Totally Know Football League as the Wyoming Janitors are on the road against the 0-1 Toronto Trash Pandas. Should be another great game of two good defenses. The Trash Pandas only allowing 10 points against the Gators in Week 1. And while the Janitors on paper look like they have a tremendous defense, they did give up 17 points to the Seattle Stoats. So we'll see how they do in this match. The big story going into this game, however, is that Elijah Fitztupper, the Normal Bowl winning quarterback for the Toronto Trash Pandas, is out with a mild concussion. He'll be out for one game as Jim Rat ducks a Ruben Staples jumping at him at Mach 7. The Wyoming Janitors winning the coin flip and deferring first possession to the Trash Pandas, and Jim Rat is going to return the opening kick return. And they're going to bring it to their 30-yard line, and we have ourselves a ball game. MVP Ricky Bonbon behind, that is Sean Licker, who's the starting QB. He's going to hand off to Bonbon, and he's going to run right into Michael Tyre. That's going to be a 5-yard gain for Ricky Bonbon. And this is going to be the big story for this Janitors defense. Can they stop this running offense of the Trash Pandas all game long? Sean Licker, a bit uncomfortable in the passing game, we're to assume, with him being a backup quarterback. So we're going to see him heavily rely on his running back offense. As we see here, we're already at a 3rd and 3. Sean Licker with 3 tight ends and Ricky Bonbon. Quite a large formation we have here. Sean Licker's going to go throw, and he's brought down by Michael Tyre, one of the founding members of the cleanup crew. And one scary thing about this cleanup crew of the Janitors is that, you know, football is a game of forcing mismatches, and we saw that with Evan Sackland and Dante Rimsitter against the O-line of the Michigan Hellcats, and as Bobby Williamson returns the punt to the 26-yard line. That is the thing. Everyone on the D-line for the Janitors is so good that if there's one weak point in an opponent's offensive line, they are going to exploit that all game long as Bruce Bogdan begins the first snap for Wyoming in the shotgun with 2 backs beside him. And he's going to look to throw. He's got a good pocket, but waits a bit too long, and that's our first sack of the game as Kelsey Gainings gets in and spins Bruce Bogdan to the ground. A 5-yard sack for the rookie. Excellent work. And Bogdan, empty formation, 2nd and 15. They're at their 26-yard line. Bogdan looking to throw. It's a deep bomb to Craig Quaffett, and he's got 10 yards of separation, and that's immediately a touchdown to open up the game. Wyoming on their second play of the game. A 79-yard pass to Craig Quaffett, catches it at the 20 with a whole 10 yards of separation of the nearest member of that Trash Panda secondary, and that is a quick 6 points for the Janitors. And if this is how Wyoming opens up a game, you know that it's going to be a long game for Toronto tonight. This is how the Rollers felt in their week 1 of in their first week of competition against the Hellcats, where it was just Jeremy Bede time. And I think we're going to see a similar thing happen with a connection between Bruce Bogdan and Craig Quaffett if the Trash Pandas can't properly cover him. Joshua Hoser to kick off the ball back to the Trash Pandas. Jim Rat awaiting deep for the kick. Jim Rat's going to catch the ball at the 1-yard line. He's going to take off. He's already at the 20. He's got a Janitor coming in hot. That's Bert Haybarn. Wrestles him down just past the 25. Or no, just past the 30, sorry. That's the 33.
They'll take over at the 33-yard.
And the Trash Pandas, after a 3 and outs, are going to begin at their 33-yard line. Ricky Bonbon with 3 tight ends once again. John Licker takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Ricky Bonbon, who tries to run it up the right side, but he's stopped by the linebacker. That's Jacob Tahoe Jr., the rookie outside linebacker. Stopping the run for no gain.
2nd and 10. Ball on the 33-yard line. Bring it up, bring it up. Clear, clear.
Licker sends a receiver in motion. It's a handoff to Bonbon, who runs it up for another 3 yards. Pushed over by Liam O'Fiend, the former Trash Panda. Liam O'Fiend was a wide receiver for the Trash Pandas for that Boomer Bowl winning team.
3rd and 6. Ball on the 37.
Janitors snagged him up in the offseason, and now he's the starting middle linebacker. Funny how careers turn out. The Janitors absolutely stacking up the tackle box. I see both safeties up there as Ricky Bonbon runs it up the right side, does a pelvic thrust, gets it for a first down. He's spotted at the 48-yard line. Great run there from Bonbon to get the first down, and as I said before, he's going to be instrumental here with this backup quarterback. Elijah Fitztupper, the starting QB for the star QB, I should say, for the Trash Pandas, out with a mild concussion. He misses 1 game, and it's Sean Licker, the backup, to start this game. He hands it off to Jim Rad, who got a nice lane up the middle for a nice 5-yard run.
Gain of 4 on the play.
So the offensive line is going to be asked a lot of tonight to create those cutback lanes for the running backs as Jim Rat running the counter route runs it 3 yards. He's going to get it to the opponent's 45. And the Trash Pandas, already down a score here early in the first, are into enemy territory.
3rd and 3. Ball on the 46-yard line.
John Licker, once again on a 3rd and 3. You're going to see him hand him off to Jim Rat. Nice lane, but no! The door has been closed by Jacob Tahoe Jr., and Jim Rat is going to be 2 yards short of a first down. That's a classic run defense play there. You have the hole open, you bait the running back into it, and you shut the door on him with a great linebacker coming in hot. And that defensive play excellently worked as Oliver Spicy Brain has to punt it in enemy territory, and that's going to bounce in for... What a punt! Oh, Oliver Spicy Brand coffins the ball, and the Trash Pandas are at their 0! That is a pixel-perfect punt! Wow! Okay, Bruce Bogdan in trouble of a safety here as it's 1st and 10. As Andy Heltonson gets a handoff, he somehow shimmies forward for 5 yards. That was an incredible run. Actually, that is... you literally can't get any better of a punt. If that was a pixel, a sub-pixel, nay, more to the right, that would have been a touchback. Ogden throwing. He's going to throw a quick route to number 82's trusty tight end Jed Chadwick, and that's going to be for a first down. And the Janitors are moving forward. Ogden no longer throwing from his own end zone. Got some breathing room here. No longer have to worry about the safety. I'm corrected. Actually, the throw was to the 10-yard line, but Jed Chadwick was inches away from a first down, so we may see an Oscar Dudeman handoff. Yes, we will. Dudeman runs it up. He gets 5 yards out that run, and the Janitors have made it to their 15. First down, Janitors. Oscar Dudeman will be who the Janitors are going to run with as their answer to Ricky Bonbon. If you haven't seen Dudeman in his prime, strap up, folks. It's a fake handoff. Oscar Dudeman, oh man, right as I hype him up, he gets stopped for no gain, splattered at the line of scrimmage by Stanley Steak Sauce. And if you want to talk about key players for the Trash Pandas as we end the first quarter, the Wyoming Janitors up 7-0. The Trash Pandas, you could argue, were carried by 3 people, and one of them is middle linebacker Stanley Steak Sauce. He made a lot of key defensive plays to make sure that the score wasn't worse than 10-3 in the first week against the Kingston Gators, as Bogdan, 5 yards back, looks for number 13, isn't able to get it. That was 13. That was Sean Woodward on the outside being protected by Michael Hotz. The deep pass there tipped away, perhaps slightly overthrown, and just like that, it's Janitors 3rd and 10 at their 15-yard line. Bogdan, empty backs formation, pass rush incoming, a great pass to Craig Quaffett as he collects it and runs it before he's tackled down at the 45-yard line by that's Mel Poopsie tackling him down. That was such a great arm angle there from Bruce Bogdan. The defender was underneath, but he bullet passes him, gets by the defender, and hits his target. It's an outside run to, Oscar Dudeman, but the cornerback blitz by Seamus McNinja stops it in the backfield for a huge tackle for loss. And this is something we've seen almost every defense in the league do. They lean heavily on those cornerback blitzes, in order to stop the outside run games in its tracks. And if there's not good outside run blocking, it's a TFL almost every single time, as Bruce Bogdan, empty set, no tight ends. It's all wide receivers as it's intercepted by Stanley Steaksauce. He's at the 15, the 5, and that's a pick 6 for Stanley Steaksauce. And the Trash Pandas go up 6 as Bruce Bogdan attempted to throw it to one of his checkdowns on the flat, and well scouted there by the veteran defender of the Trash Pandas. And just like that, we have a tie game here with 6:34 left in the second. Tim Bencher kicks it in, and we have a tie game. That's the first interception thrown by Bruce Bogdan in quite a while, at least the first one ending in a pick 6. I believe Bogdan threw a singular interception in this game against the Stoats. Again, I may be misremembering that. I don't have hard stats as that game did crash, but Bobby Williamson catching the ball on his 10. He's going to try and cut inside, and he gets to the 30 as he's tackled down by Kelsey Gainings. Bruce Bogdan's going to have to get that interception throw out of his head as he's once again in charge of this Wyoming offense, starting at their 30-yard line. He's going to send Jed Chadwick on the move. The Trash Pandas shuffling their defense. He's going to pass it. He tries to pass it to Doug Gongshow, but Gongshow apparently not ready. He was perfectly open for that pass, but it just bounces off of him. That's going to go to second down. Bogdan in the shotgun. Oscar Dudeman and Andy Heltonson beside him in the backfield. Gonna go to throw. He's got lots of protection. He's holding all the shitbirds. He's holding all the Trash Pandas at bay. Tries to throw it to Sean Woodward on the comeback, but it's incomplete. That's gonna be a third down.
3rd and 10. Ball on the 30-yard line. Here we go. Off the vertical.
Bogdan, 2 incompletes, brings up a 3rd and 10 from their 30-yard line. No tight ends, no backs for Bogdan as he's in full throw mode, looking for somebody open, gets the throw, tries to get it to Jed Chadwick, and I think he almost got his hands on it, but I didn't see a defender make a play for it. There were 3 Trash Pandas in the area, but it was well thrown by Bogdan, but Jed Chadwick just couldn't come up with the play, and it's going to be a punt for Dan Popcapt. 3 and out by the Trash Pandas as this home team is getting in to the game, cheering on their defense. A punt to the left, a great punt to the side as Jim Ratt receives it at the 35, and he only gets to the 40 before he's tackled down. Great punt there by Dan Popcapt.
1st and 10. Ball on the 34-yard line.
Sean Licker out. Again, with the Trash Pandas offense, he's going to send he's going to send Jesse Valiameal in motion. It's a handoff to Bon, who makes it 2 yards before being tackled down by, that looked like Michael Tyre again. That was either Tyre or Lynn Players. Both of them were on the ground after that play. Perhaps both. It may take 2 star linemen to bring down a man such as Ricky Bon. That's being called a 3-yard run, 2nd and 7. At the Trash Pandas 38-yard line. It's a toss play to Jim Rad. He's going far on the outside, but he's only going to get a yard before he's stopped. Jacob Tahoe Jr., another great tackle at the line of scrimmage. And Tahoe Jr. really stepping up in this run defense here today. 3rd and 6 for the Trash Pandas. They're at their 38-yard line. Andy Codd player in motion. Going to be a counter run to Jim Rad, who is stopped immediately by the rookie Steve Rail. Steve Rail sheds the block incredibly well, and he's there to stop the run to the outside. Jim Rad had a pretty good lane up the left side. And Steve Rail showing that he belongs on that A-tier D-line, shedding the block, stopping the run, and that's a 3-and-out by the Janitors. Another punt. This one's going to go out of bounds at around the 25-yard line. It's going to be at the 27. Sorry, 28. I can count.
1st and 10. Ball on the 28-yard line. Let's screen. Let's go now.
Bogdan's last drive ended in a 3-and-out. We'll see if they can do better against this great Trash Pandas defense. Throwing it to the flat, but tipped away by the linebacker, Kyle Simpleton. Greg Quaffit was attempting to catch it on the short route on the outside, but great play there by the linebacker playing zone defense, and just like that, it's another incompletion, 2nd and 10. Bogdan split backs in the shotgun. He's looking to throw. He finally connects with Craig Quaffit on a similar play, and he's going to catch it at the 38, 2 yards short of a 1st down. Michael Hotz with the tackle. Quaffit, great hook there to pick up the throw. We saw the Janitors attempt this play a couple of times already today, but drops mostly on the fault of Jed Chadwick prevented them from going. It's 3rd and 2nd, so I smell a dude man handoff as they're in the twin tight end dive formation, and wow! Stanley Steak Sauce jumped the entire offensive line of the Janitors for the immediate sack. What a god! Holy shit. What a play, and I don't think I've seen anyone in the TNFL do that before. Holy moly, Bogdan. Bogdan's going to need to stay in the shotgun for his handoffs as this punt bounces out of bounds. Does a nice backspin to the 20-yard line. What the hell? That was Stanley Steak Sauce's best defensive play I think I've ever seen. I'm going to be highlighting that for sure, as it's Trash Panda's ball on their 19-yard line. It's a toss play to Ricky Bon, and he's stopped in the backfield by Jacob Tahoe Jr. again with his 6th tackle of the game already, and we're not even done the first half, folks.
2nd and 12. Ball on the
2-yard TFL. Sean Licker pushed back. Jason DeFlanger. It's a handoff to Ricky Bon, but up the middle, he's got a great lane, and that was about a 7-yard run. That's going to be at the 24-yard line of the Trash Pandas. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
3rd and 5. Ball on the
As we hit up the 2-minute warning here in the first half, we're all tied up 7-7, Trash Pandas ball. As we wrap up week 2 of the TNFL normal season here tonight with our first game of our Wednesday doubleheader. Ricky Bon in the backfield. Twin tight end formation for the Trash Pandas. Sean Licker steps back, and he's going to scramble forward before he gets his dick knocked stiff by Steve Rail. Wow, what a tackle. And that's going to bring up another 4th down. This is a great game if you're a fan of punting. Especially the punt earlier in the game that went to almost a 0-yard line. Oliver Spicy Brand gets a good punt. It's received by Bobby Williamson on the 30, and he's tackled down at the 40 by Seamus McNinja. Well, I build this game as a defensive slugfest, and it's certainly living up to it. The only score so far for the Trash Pandas being a pick 6 by Stanley Steaksauce, who's far and above the MVP for that game as Bruce Bogdan throws it to the drag route to Craig Crawford, who turns upfield for a 1st down. Gets it to the opponent's 48. Crawford already at 128 receiving yards this game after a big second play of the game touchdown pass as Bruce Bogdan almost throws it. It's caught by Doug Gongshow. It was almost into the hands of Stanley Steaksauce for his 2nd interception of the game. He bobbles it. The ball gets knocked up into the air into the awaiting hands of Doug Gongshow, who turns upfield for a 7-yard reception. But this time it's intercepted, intended for Larry Balding, but it's Mel Poopsie who comes up with it, and the ball's going the other way. As Bruce Bogdan is apparently playing with fire here on these quick passes. And the Trash Pandas will receive the ball at their 39-yard line. Kyle Simpleton looking like he wants to get friendly. As Sean Licker will run it. He's going to get an 11-yard scramble as there's nobody in front of him. An open C. That's going to be an 11-yard scramble, and the Trash Pandas are at the 50 as Sean Licker steps back. He gets sacked by Alan Combo for his 1st sack of the game. That pushes them back 15 yards. 2nd and 15, and the Trash Pandas are at their 45 as Andy Codplayer hurries to get back in position. Sean Licker, pass to the flat. It's tipped away by Kyle Simpleton, and man, that 5'6" linebacker can jump. Holy moly. That was like double his height. 3rd and 15 now for the Trash Pandas. 44 seconds left in the half. Tied up 7-7 here in this quite competitive game in Toronto. Sean Licker in trouble. Has to throw it away. It's almost intercepted by the cornerback Rory Fisher. Looking for a medium deep pass to the sideline, but good coverage there. And again, Oliver Spicy Brand with some pretty spicy punts, may I say. Has to be called upon again as Bobby Williamson waves. No backspin on this one. It's going to bounce back for a touchback. Not a lot of seconds left in the 1st half here for Wyoming. 33 seconds to make something happen. Tie game 7-7 as Bogdan is in the shotgun. Bogdan, it's going to be a throw. Stanley Steaksauce damn near intercepts it for a 3rd time. That was to a quick in route to the middle of the field, which is Stanley Steaksauce territory. And Bogdan's going to have to think twice before he tries that route again with that zone coverage. Bogdan is in trouble. He's trying to set up a screen pass, but the receiver's not setting up the screen in time. That looked like it was almost ready, but he had 2 Pandas, Trash Pandas, barreling towards him, and the reptilian part of his brain telling him to throw it away. 3rd and 10 at the Wyoming 20. Stanley Steaksauce showing pressure, but he's dropping back. In trouble! Steaksauce almost intercepts it again as Bogdan has to throw out of the sack. That's Keenan Sandover forcing the issue. The rookie defensive tackle for the Trash Pandas. And Wyoming will have to punt it from their 20 with 23 seconds left on the clock. Relentless is the word I would use to describe both defenses today. Nice thunderous punt. Jim Rat's going to receive it at their 34-yard line before he's tackled down at the 44. The refs are going to spot it at the 45, so the Trash Pandas have 55 yards to go if they want to score a touchdown with the remaining 14 seconds left in the game. They perhaps have 2 quick throws to try and get it into field goal range. We'll see what they do. Sean Licker. Oh, it's tipped away! It's a mess down here on the field. It was hard to say who did that. Let's go to instant replay here quickly. As Sean Licker, oh my god, what a play there by Liam O'Fean, jumping at the ball as it's thrown, and he swats it down. Great work there by the Janitors linebacker. Let me tell you, this is a war between trenches. As both front sevens are really showing their stuff here today as Sean Licker. It's a play action. He's immediately swamped, almost intercepted by the biggest man in the backfield, Zach Racer. And we're going to go quickly to a third down with only 8 seconds left in the half. The Trash Pandas on their 45-yard line.
3rd and 10. Ball on the 45-yard line. Watch the play. This too easy. Go. There we go, dude.
3rd and 10. Ricky Bonbon running the halfback option, tries to throw it to a 10-yard in route, but plenty of Janitors there to swat it away, and I think it was Bert Haybarn getting the swat. As there's a punt with 5 seconds to go, Oliver Spicy Brand out. I wonder if the Janitors are just going to call a fair catch on this one. Yes, they will call a fair catch, but that expires the time of the half, and we begin the second half of the game tied up 7-7 as both these defenses are hungry for the quarterback. Only 1 score by the Janitors so far, a huge touchdown reception to Craig Quaffett, who absolutely got the hell out of there. Huge amounts of separation on a go route. Easy touchdown for the Wyoming Janitors, and Toronto Trash Pandas are basically unable to do anything on offense. Their only points coming from an insane interception by Stanley Steaksauce that went to the house as Robbie Williamson shrugs off a tackler, and he's going to begin this the opening drive for the Wyoming Janitors at the 46. Now the refs are going to put it at the 43 instead. A great return there by the veteran Janitor. And as you really see there on the field, it's just all been Janitors on offense. As Bogdan looking to pass. He's got Balding on the out route. Passes it to the wide receiver. That's going to be a 7-yard gain. Forgive me, a 5-yard gain as the Janitors are now at their 48. Bruce Bogdan with a lot of beef on the field. He's going to look to throw. He's throwing it to Craig Quaffett on the corner route, but it's overthrown out of bounds. Bogdan had a good angle there, but Quaffett was just too close to the sideline for the corner route.
3rd and 5. Ball on the 48-yard line.
Heck, if Bogdan had just thrown that like Quaffett was just going to go, he might have gotten something good here. 3rd and 5 for the Janitors. They're looking to throw, but he's brought down. That's Davey Hopper, the veteran defensive end for the Trash Pandas, getting the sack. Things are happening just as I said they were at the top of the show when I talked about this matchup, and I think it's all going to be about if the Trash Pandas can get to Bruce Bogdan before he can set up those long passes. I think that opening pass to Craig Quaffett put the fear of God in him as Jim Rat waves for the fair catch. The ball rolls in for a touchback. I think that opening second play touchdown put the fear of God in the Trash Pandas, and now they are like, get to the quarterback by any means necessary. So Stanley Steaksauce in one instance taking that almost literally as he vaulted over the offensive line of the Janitors in one of the highlights of this week. Andy Codplayer in motion, 2 backs for Sean Licker. As it's a handoff to Ricky Bonbon, and he's only going to get 2 yards before being brought down by Alan Combo. And the Trash Pandas with 47 yards of rushing offense, but not many first downs to show for it.
2nd and 8. Ball on the 22-yard line. Here we go, baby.
2nd and 8 at the Trash Pandas 22. Bonbon on the counter run, tries to get it up the B gap, but he's brought down by Len players. And that's going to be another 2-yard gain. And this key to the game I gave the Janitors. Stop the running game and limit Bonbon and Jim Rat's yards. They are executing that to a T. As I think the average for Ricky Bonbon has to be around like 2 yards at this point. As the former MVP is looking like chump change right now. It's a handoff to Ricky Bonbon, who gets a first down right as I say that. Bonbon runs it to their 35 for a first down, and I remember the Normal Bowl match when I said Ricky Bonbon might be running out of steam, and what does he go ahead and do? He does one of the most insane drives in the lore of TNFL. So maybe I should just badmouth Bonbon more often as he gets another handoff right up the middle. He's going to get a 9-yard run. Feed him your anger. Feed him your doubts. And he will show you up as Bonbon nearly gets that for 10 yards. It's 2nd and inches for Sean Licker at their 44-yard line. It's another handoff to Ricky Bonbon going up the middle, but it's good for a first down, but not much more than that as he's tackled by Kyle Simpleton. The Trash Pandas at their 46, 1st and 10. Their running game giving them some life with the Janitors now absolutely loading up the tackle box. It's a handoff to Jim Rad who tries to run out of the middle. He finds a hole, and that's going to be good for 7 yards. And this Janitors interior now looking a bit leaky as these runs are starting to do damage here in the second half. 2nd and 3. Trash Pandas into enemy territory. They're at their opponent's 48. It's a pitch to Jim Rat, who's tackled for loss at the 50-yard line by Kyle Simpleton. Momentum halted for now as that brings up a Trash Pandas 3rd down. 3rd and 5, perhaps. That's going to be 3rd and 6. Only 2 for 8 on 3rd down are the Trash Pandas. Jim Rat behind with twin tight end formation. And Jacob Tahoe Jr. trying to rile up the crowd, but Sean Licker's going to go for the throw. He gets it to the wide receiver. Sorry, that my 2 words in my brain had a collision on my way to my mouth. That is wide receiver Ezekiel Paring's way. Or no, it's Brian Burner. Okay, I have a number mix-up on my thing. I have Brian Burner as a 10. That's the veteran wide receiver Brian Burner getting the first down. And the Trash Pandas slowly but surely chipping away yards as it's a handoff to Jim Rat. He's going to go up through a gap. He's going to be quickly tackled down by Liam O'Feen, but it's still going to be a 3-yard gain. And what was a 3-and-out fest has turned into a grind of a drive for the Trash Pandas as they've now made it to the Janitors 40. The handoff to Ricky Bonbon. He's up the middle. He gets a nice 3 yards before being torpedoed by Kyle Simpleton. It's 3rd and 3. The Trash Pandas are going to continue to draw from their running backs. Bonbon runs it up. That's good for a first down despite the efforts of Jacob Tahoe Jr. This running offense, while the Janitors are holding them to like 3 yards, they just keep chipping away down after down. Andy Cod player in motion. Both Bonbon and Brett Smart's in the backyard. It's a fumble by Ricky Bonbon. Allen Combo with the forced fumble. Let's look at that again. Let's see here. So the Trash Pandas hand it off to Ricky Bonbon. It's Alan Combo with the forced fumble. The heavy hit on the MVP. And there's lots of Trash Pandas in the vicinity of the ball. But it is Michael Tyre who falls on the ball and stops the onslaught of the Trash Pandas. Here with 12 seconds left in the third. The Janitors will get the ball back. They're at their 36-yard line. It's an outside pitch to Dude Man, and he is smothered in Trash Pandas as the blocks couldn't be established on the outside. And Dude Man gets a hefty TFL as we end the third quarter, still tied, no points being scored in this game other than in the first quarter. It's another low-scoring affair for the Trash Pandas. And thankfully this year, your score differential is pretty low on the tiebreaker count, but as Bruce Bogdan throws a deep one, it's Larry Baldy with separation, and just when you thought this game was a grind fest, the Janitors remind you, oh yeah, we have wide receivers that can get separation. And Larry Balding on the go route just sprints it, gets huge separation on Mel Poopsie, and sticks a dagger into Toronto. Joshua Hoser kicks the extra point, and the Janitors go up 7 here in the fourth quarter. And of course, that's off of a big Ricky Bonbon fumble after a drive that looked like the Trash Pandas were only getting 3 yards, 4 yards, 2 yards, 3 yards. They were chipping away first downs like they were getting paid millions of dollars to do it. But that forced fumble by Alan Combo, perhaps the MVP of the Janitors so far this season, with how much work he did against the Stoats in week 1, and now that pivotal forced fumble that gave the offense an opportunity to throw a deep one to Larry Balding, as Jim Rat catches the kickoff at the 1-yard line. He's going to run it all the way to the 30. He shakes off a tackle. He gets to the 36. Good return there by Jim Rat. Ball's going to be spotted at the 35.
First and 10. Ball on the 35-yard line.
Sean Licker has done a good job managing this game for... Oh, it's a draw play to Ricky Bonbon, but he only runs forward for 2 yards before Jacob Tahu Jr. b-hops his way into a tackle.
Second and 8. Ball on the 37-yard line.
2 yards on that run, 2nd and 8. It's another Bonbon handoff as he's stuck in the stiff arm animation. It's a second fumble, but thankfully it's recovered by the Trash Pandas. A nice 5-yard run there by Bonbon, stuck in the stiff arm animation. It's going to be 3rd and 3, a very familiar amount. Yeah, the Trash Pandas were only 1 for 7 earlier, and Bonbon on the counter run. He's going to turn upfield, and he's going to be a yard short.
Gain of 2 on the play.
The crowd cheering for the Trash Pandas to go for it on 4th down, but Oliver Spicy Brand and the punting team is out. They are on their 48-yard line. The Spicy Brand will punt it. 6 minutes, 10 seconds left to go, and Bobby Williamson looked like he was going to catch it, thought better of it, and lets the ball roll in for a touchback.
First and 10.
Perhaps a smart move. The Janitors will begin this drive at the 20-yard line. They're up by 1 score, so perhaps they'll get Oscar Dudeman in to burn some clock, or maybe they'll keep up their passing offense. Oscar Dudeman set to the line, so that answers that question. As it's the Dude Man on the separation, and that's another big reception, and the Janitors, while trying these short passes, trying some average offense, is just like, okay, you know what, beating their secondary with our speed is just winning. We're just going to keep hitting this button until it stops. What are you going to do about it, Toronto? And just like that, the Trash Pandas deficit increased to 2 scores with an 80-yard touchdown pass to Oscar Dudeman, of all people. What a throw. Joshua Hoser kicks the field goal. The kick is good. And the Trash Pandas are in a hole here as the fourth quarter is slowly running out of time. Rather, the time for the Trash Pandas is slowly running out here in the fourth quarter, maybe I should say, if I had some brain cells to rub together. As Perry Bulkison takes his sweet time to get set up here for the kickoff. A hair under 6 minutes for the Trash Pandas. Can they get a touchdown drive going? They have not scored any points on offense yet at all this game. As Jim Rat returns it, he's at the 20, the 30. He's running up. He's tackled down by Perry Bulkison at the 40. Make that the 35, sorry.
They'll take over at the 35-yard line. First and 10.
I can't wait for somebody to take all of these TNFL episodes and make a supercut on every single time I get the yardage wrong and just make me look awful. As it's a Jim Rat run. It's great for 7 yards before he's double teamed by the safeties. That's both Monty Belmont and Zach Racer bringing down Jim Rat. 5 minutes 25 and counting for Sean Licker and the Trash Pandas. It's a big rush there by Len Players, but Sean Licker gets the throw off. Incredible. Jesse Valumeal on the quick tight end stick gets the pass. Amazing work there by the Trash Pandas to avoid a sack. Len Players, full head of steam. That looked like it was going to be a bad times. It's a first down. The Trash Pandas are at their 48. It's a handoff to Ricky Bonbon, but no lane develops as he's brought down by Liam O'Fiend. That's only going to be a 1 yard gain. The Trash Pandas are at the 50. His home crowd getting loud for the Trash Pandas. They are currently 0-1 after a very grindy match against their rivals, the Kingston Gators. We'll see if Sean Licker can get something going. He tries to sprint out of the way of Len Players, but gets played by Players. I'm not sure if that was a sack or not. I don't know if he made it to the line of scrimmage or not. It looks like that was a sack because the Trash Pandas have been pushed back to their 46-yard line. It's 3rd and 12. Licker with a throw. It's intercepted by Zach Racer, who towers over the intended receiver Ezekiel Pairing's-way. And it's Janitors' ball at their 37-yard line. And with how the Janitors have been going to the long pass here, perhaps they'll just grind clock out with McFridge or Mel Strong. Okay, that's definitely a pair right there. Guess it's going to be a Mel Strong handoff as Stanley Steaksauce tackles down the running back for a 3-yard loss. Ogden pushed back to his 36-yard line. McFridge and Andy Heltonson behind him. McFridge on the counter run. He is only going to get 3 yards, perhaps 2 before being tackled down by Elam Corngrower. This Trash Pandas crowd cheering on the defense, trying to create some disruption for Bruce Bogdan and the Janitors. Kyle Zappa on the move. It's a counter run, and that's going to be good for a first down and then some. He's at the 40, tackled down by Davey Hopper. What a run here from Mel Strong, who goes up the right, aided by a great block by Craig Quaffett. And we hit the 2-minute warning after a huge explosive run by the Janitors. The Janitors at their 41-yard line. Up 2 scores. It's 21-7 here in Toronto with 2 minutes left. Bogdan, outside pitch, Tyler McFridge, but that's going to be a 1-yard TFL. Harry shut crunch on the defensive play. The Trash Pandas use one of their timeouts to try and preserve as much play clock as possible.
Second and 11. Ball on the 40-yard line.
Bogdan, outside pitch to Dude Man, who's only going to fight for 3 yards before being tackled down by Ray Roundabout. And Ricky Bonbon, thanks to some explosive runs, now has his average up to 3.1. It was pretty dire before that, though. The Trash Pandas really opened up the running game in this second half, but it might be too little too late. Bogdan handing it off again to Mel Strong, who only gets a couple of yards. And by a couple, I mean 5. Actually, that was a pretty good run up the middle. Mel Poopsie with the tackle. And it's going to be Joshua Hoser with a 50-yard field goal attempt to bring the lead up to 3 scores and for sure putting this incredibly out of reach for the Trash Pandas. 50 yards is pushing it for a lot of kickers here in the league. But I think Joshua Hoser is good for it. We'll see. As the Janitors attempt to milk as much play clock time as possible. They still got another 10 seconds. So the Trash Pandas are going to get the ball back with just a hair over a minute left. It looks a bit to the left. It hits the upright, no good, and the Trash Pandas remain within 2 scores. Joshua Hoser just a bit too much to the left. As it doinks off. Very close. Desperation time for the Trash Pandas. They have limited timeouts remaining and only a minute and 8 seconds left with a wide receiver core that can't really outrun the defensive backs, and they're going to hand it off to Ricky Bonbon on the draw play, and he's going to get 4 yards. That is not how you want to spend your time here. But it might be out of Sean Licker's control. Sean getting sacked by Michael Tyre. 50 seconds left. Trash Pandas still down by 2 scores. 3rd and 13. They need a miracle here. They need multiple miracles to win this game. Everyone on the streak route. An ill-advised bullet pass to Ezekiel Paring's way. That was everyone running streaks. But Sean Licker opting for a bullet pass instead of a lob. As it's now 4th and 13. 39 seconds left on the clock. Sean Licker looking to pass, and he's brought down once again by Michael Tyre, and that is Janitors ball, and that is ball game, folks. The Wyoming Janitors will go to 2-0, and the Toronto Trash Pandas, their woes continuing here in the second season. A complete fall from grace from winning the Normal Bowl, now 0-2. Including the preseason 0-5 as Bogdan comes out in the knee formation. And while the Trash Pandas will use one of their timeouts, that will be ball game.
Second and 12. Ball on the 34-yard line. Blue Dan, check it. Danny. We're talking about brilliant. There's some slack going.
And I think this is really if for all the general managers in the TNFL paying attention, this is really the sort of statement as to where the league is right now. You need wide receivers that can go deep to really punish the teams that don't have super great secondaries who can keep close coverage against those incredibly nimble, incredibly quick receivers. Because you had Craig Quaffett, and you also had Oscar Dudeman on the halfback wheel route, just gunning it, getting huge separation. And if you don't have tools like that yourself on offense to punish bad matchups, and if you don't have the defensive backs to defend against it, I think you're about to get eaten alive in this league. We have the Janitors doing it. We have the Hellcats doing it, as it's official. The Wyoming Janitors win in week 2, 21-7. But you have the Hellcats have figured that out. The Rollers are basically a new team overnight with how their general manager has restructured their roster and their playbook. And it just seems like the Trash Pandas have been left behind as all this new, stuff has been really taken advantage of. But yeah, Stanley Steak Sauce is leaping over the offensive line immediately for the sack, though. That is the most incredible goddamn thing I think I've ever seen in my life. I'm going to be looking at that clip over and over again for like hours after tonight. Incredible stuff. Let's go to the stats. Bruce Bogdan throwing for 91.7 and Sean Licker a 0 rating, throwing 1 interception, only 2 for 9 with a 22% completion rating, 0 touchdowns. That's going to get you a 0 passer rating. Good news for the Trash Pandas, at the very least. Elijah Fitztupper is returning as starter next week. So Sean Licker really did his best, but again, the Trash Pandas couldn't get anything going on offense all game long. They had to rely on Ricky Bonbon, Jim Ratt, and Mel Strong to really, do the hard work and carry through, and this amazing Janitors running defense just absolutely stomped into the ground. They had some runs going. That great chain in that third quarter by the Trash Pandas was exceptionally good. They ate up a lot of time clock doing it, but again, just the Janitors defense so good, forcing those fumbles. They made Ricky Bonbon fumble twice, which is nuts. Thankfully, one of those fumbles was picked up by the offense, so it was no pain, no gain. But again, that first Ricky Bonbon forced fumble ending up immediately into a Janitors touchdown drive, and you hate to see it if you're a Trash Pandas fan. Yeah, Ricky Bonbon leading the yards. He had 21 for 64. That's only a 3 average, and considering how badly he was getting stopped in the first half, I'm actually surprised his average is up that high. He had a couple of explosive runs there in the third quarter. Yeah, 64 yards for Ricky Bonbon, 56 of which was after first hit yards. So just the blocking was not there for the Trash Pandas today. Ricky Bonbon basically had to shed 1 tackler per run. Every single run. And it really wasn't super great. And you have Jim Ratt, 9 for 19, 2.1 average. Also, 14 of his 19 yards being after first hit yards. So, while there is a ton of after first hit yards we've seen in the league, usually they account for either half or less than half, but this is a majority of yards from the Trash Pandas running back. So if they really want to lean heavily on this run game, if they want to get Ricky Bonbon back into the MVP chair for Season 2, they're going to have to take a good hard look at their tight ends and their wide receivers and get them in the blocking game and sort of prevent... well, I say that, but I'm remembering now most of these runs were up the inside. Ricky Bonbon did a great job of just plowing through linemen, but you can only do that for so long before something bad happens. And we didn't really see any throwing game for the Trash Pandas, so they were one-dimensionally running, and against a defense like the Janitors, it's see you later, kiddo. Sean Licker with that 1 first down scramble was incredible, though. Like, the O-line opened up a door for him right down the middle of the field, and there was just nobody. Everyone was playing coverage, and Sean Licker just made them eat it. That was like an 11-yard scramble. It was incredible. Yeah, we'll go to the receiving here, and it's going to be no surprise that the top 3 receivers are all Janitors. Craig Quaffett, 4 for 128 with that 79, yard touchdown. Oscar Dudeman with the 80-yard touchdown. He had only 1 reception this game, folks, and it was for a big separation run, 80-yard touchdown. And Larry Balding also making the Janitors eat it. Yeah, Brian Berner, only 1 reception. Jesse Valuemeal, only 1 reception. And those are the only 2 Trash Pandas even getting any receiving yards this game at all. In fact, I think that's... Wait a minute. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... There were only 11 completed passes this game. The rest of it was all rushes. Ricky Bonbon with 21, Jim Ratt with 9. What was the time of possession for this nonsense? Yeah, the Janitors only had the ball for 12 minutes 50, and the Trash Pandas damn near held the ball for almost 20 minutes and didn't have a single offensive score to show for it. That is... oh no. Ugh. If that is not going to set up the giant flashing warning signs at Trash Pandas HQ, man, I don't know what else will at this point. Average per pass is all negative. Like...